How's it going, YouTube? Today we are working on a Ford Bronco Sport. We're going to be taking the door panel off. Pretty simple door panel to take off. You are going to need a couple of things. You're going to need a size 7 socket, a size 8, and a size 10. There's a couple of different bolt sizes in this door panel. You're going to need a pick to kind of get into some tight places, and then a plastic pry tool if you have one. So first things first, we'll go ahead and take our covers off. You're going to have one behind the door handle, one behind the window switch, and you're going to have one behind this reflector over here. For the one behind the door handle, I kind of just start at the corner. I kind of just put my pick in there, kind of pop it free. Whenever you take this plastic piece off, you're going to have the two clips on the front side, and it's going to actually slide in. So make sure you don't break off these little tips right here. So you're going to have clips and then two little tips that actually catch on. So just make sure whenever you take this off, you kind of start at the top, pop the clips, slide out. Kind of the same thing on the reflector over here, kind of start on the outside and then kind of pry it free. The clip's going to be on the edge. Don't know if the camera's going to show it or not, but you have a clip on the edge, and then same thing, it kind of catches on the inside. So you don't want to pry from this side and risk breaking that little clip. So just kind of pry from the outside, kind of slide forward. When it comes to the window switch, this is where it's kind of nice if you don't have fingernails to have one of these plastic pry tools. Just kind of start at the front, kind of make some room. Then once you get it pop free, it should slide out, kind of like so. And you're going to have just one clip on the back side. Just pull it out, and that's going to show the two size 10 bolts that we have hidden behind there. So now that we have all of our covers off and actually take the bolts out, we're going to go ahead and start on the ones on the bottom. There's one kind of right here in the middle of the door, and there's another one kind of on the corner. You really can't see it. It's kind of hard to even get to. It's not really hard, it's just kind of awkward to get to, but you do have one kind of deep inside the reflector, really deep. If you do drop it, don't freak out. You're going to be taking the door panel off anyways. Just try not to drop it when you're putting it back in. But you're going to have one 7 here, a 7 in the middle, and that awkward 7 on the corner over here. Alright, so all 3 of the size 7 bolts are out. Now we can go ahead and get this 8 out. Alright, 8 is out. Now we can go ahead and get our 2 size 10 bolts out that are behind the window switch. Now we have all the bolts out, so we can actually pry the door panel off. So just once again, grab your plastic pry tool, kind of start at the bottom. I like to start at the corner and just kind of work my way around. Just work up the edges. And once you get to this point, make sure you're not catching on your wire for the window switch and just kind of pull up and out. So that's the rear door panel. Now we'll move on to the front. Alright, now we're on the front door panel. Pretty much same process. We'll go ahead and start off by taking our covers off. Get the one behind the door handle. Go ahead and pop our reflector off. Go ahead and get our window switch. Same thing, just start up front. Kind of get it started. And you'll be able to pull up. Kind of like so. This one you're going to have 2 clips. Now we can go ahead and see our bolts. Go ahead and get the 2 10s behind the window switch. Grab our 8 behind the door handle. And now we can grab our 3 7 size 7 screws. You're going to have one behind the reflector still, then 2 underneath here. The one up in this front corner is not as difficult as the one on the back door. And give you a little bit more room. Again, be careful with this one. It's not that big of a deal if you drop it, because you're taking the panel off anyways. The thing you don't want to do is drop it as you're putting the door panel back on. There we have it. Now we have all of our bolts out. Once again, make sure your wiring harness isn't stuck behind the, tuck it behind the door panel, so you don't pull in the wiring harness when popping the door panel off. Start at the corner. There it goes. Now work the bottom. Work the edges. and then just slide up. And there you go. So that's how you take off the back door panel and the front door panel on a Ford Bronco Sport. Thanks for watching.